What are the pros and what are the cons to living in Salem, Oregon? So I came across an article on northwestselfstorage.com. Shout out to them, local business. Basically, it was just a list of pros and cons as to why they see people wanting to or not wanting to move to Salem, Oregon.
What is this local business?
And
I don't want to cut you off.
Oh, it's a self-storage, Northwest Self-Storage.
Oh, so like literally
so it's a storage,
okay.
a self-storage. Yes, they company, and this is just their like blog or website. So,
okay, so I'm like, why would they create a list? But
yes.
I love it, and I'm ready to hear it. I'm sorry, I had to ask.
No, you're good. You're
I had
good.
to ask.
You're good. You're like, wait, what? Okay, so anyway, we're gonna just read through this list, and then we're gonna give our opinion. So we didn't make the list. This isn't like our opinion on the pros and the cons, but we will just share what we think based off of our perspective as two people who I've lived here my whole life. You've lived here most of your life, and in Salem or that area at least, and really just also from our perspective of working with so many clients. We work with a lot of relocation clients, people who are moving to our area from all other parts of the country, and so basically what we hear from them as well of why they want to live here. So before we get into it, sorry, were you gonna say something?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
I love it. I love just sitting here.
No,
Seriously,
no.
it's so
Did
fun.
you have something to say?
No. Like, I sincerely love just being on here and like being able to share this with the audience, because we really are those local perspectives. She mentioned we are from here. We are.
Yes.
I was born in Salem Hospital. Mariah was born in the Salem Hospital. Our daughter.
Yes.
Born Salem Hospital.
Yes.
If we haven't lived in Salem, we've been 5 minutes away from Salem. So it's one of those things where I don't know what's about ready to be said, pros and cons wise.
We'll find out. We'll let you know if it's true or not from people.
I'm curious
who
what my
live
facial
here.
reaction is going to be.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes I just make a face like thinking about it. I'm like, what? And it's like way out there in left field.
Yes.
Anyways, go.
Okay. What I was just going to say, though, was if you're new here, welcome. We're a husband and wife real estate team here in Oregon, and we get calls, texts, and emails from people like you who are watching our videos and are thinking about relocating to our area all the time, and we love it. So if that's you, if you're thinking about relocating to or just buying or selling in Salem or anywhere in the surrounding areas, we'd love to work with you. Our contact information will be in the description. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Pro number 1 is summer weather in Salem, Oregon is stellar. Okay, let me just say, I'm looking out the window right now. It is mid-October while we're filming this, and it is like 80 degrees. We have literally had one day of rain all so far, like this fall-ish time.
It rained hard.
People are going to the
Briefly.
pumpkin patch in 80-degree weather. Like it has been, I'm like ready for it to get rainy now.
Same.
Like I loved this summer, but I'm ready for the rain. But yes, Oregon summers are perfect. In my opinion, they don't really start. If you're expecting summer weather in June, we still get a lot of rain in June. It's usually like end of June that we start seeing summer, like the real summer here.
Like this year, I was like, man, dude, like when is
when's
this
it
rain gonna stop?
But I feel like
we
that's
went
every
through
year.
all through June. I felt like,
know.
and we didn't even have like a 70-degree day.
I know.
And maybe it was like overcast and cloudy, but no rain. But like no actual sunshine. And we were like, I got to the point where I was craving vitamin D, the sun.
Yeah.
First sunshine came out, I took my shirt off and started tanning on the roof. I was that excited, guys. It was like, wow. But now that it's been here, I mean, it's been great. And that's what's cool about Oregon. We have that transition of season.
Yes. And so that's usually from about like end of June until, I mean, really I consider September kind of summer weather here. Like if you're going to have an outdoor wedding, September is a good time in Oregon because it's usually still, we might get some rain, but usually September is still pretty warm and like good weather. And then even until like this year, into October, we're still having summer weather.
Yeah.
So
it's been a blast.
Yes, it's been awesome.
It's been so good.
But that is one thing I hear from relocation clients who are moving here from many other places is that they're excited to be able to actually enjoy the outdoors because we have a lot of outdoorsy things in Oregon, but even just like within an hour or less drive of Salem in all directions, there's all kinds of outdoorsy, naturey things that you could do. But if you're somewhere like Arizona or, other places where it just gets Sacramento where it's like crazy hot, you don't want to be hiking in 100-degree weather.
Right. And to me, like when we've traveled, for instance, like those type of places, we usually just spend our time like downtown, and that's like kind of all you get, like the shopping center, the mall, and exploring like alternative routes. Oregon, what I love is when my clients come here, you guys fly here, we have a set of showings, whether we show 5 or 6 homes that day. And then in your off time, you guys go off and you do like this cool like adventure. I've had plenty and multiple clients go to like Silver Falls because it's in Silverton, about 35 minutes away here from Salem. So you guys usually book a hotel and you head off and you do an awesome hike at Silver Falls. One of the most gorgeous hikes you could be around that's locally, and it just has like 6-7 different waterfalls. There's like over 18 plus miles of hiking trails. It's really amazing, and it's safe too. You can bring kids, pets, animals. It's really one of those cool things, and it's free.
There's a lot of really great hikes that I've been seeing. I've had friends do recently in different areas that are not far from us, and I've never done. So like, there's so many hikes I've never done with amazing views. I mean, I'm not.
It's kind of dumb.
I'm not the biggest hiker.
We used to
get winded.
We totally used to hike so much more.
Yeah.
It's when Asher came. I have a backpack for her.
A walker. I'll walk on a straight path, but I don't want the uphill. But if you don't mind the uphill, we have amazing hikes all around with amazing views, really beautiful.
But besides that, I mean, with the summer season, it lasts, like we were saying, the end of June. I mean, late September. I mean, we're in October right now, and we're hitting 80, 85 over the last 3 days straight. So we've had terrific weather, great weather. I'd say that happy medium degree temperature is like 85, 94. I feel
sometimes 70s.
Yeah, I feel like
70s.
This year we've had hotter degree days than I'm used to. We were like 95 plus so many times. It was like, oh my gosh. And at that point, usually you kind of just stay in your house.
We had a couple weeks this summer where temperatures were like almost 100, which for you where you're at, that might be normal. But for us, we really don't get a lot of that. And it really made me appreciate our perfect, in my opinion, summer weather, because I always think like it'd be fun to live somewhere where it's really warm. But when it's that hot, you step outside and you're just like immediately sweating, and it's like, it's not fun. It's not fun. Our summers, I would say, are perfect here because you cannot enjoy outdoors.
We didn't really get a touch. Should we touch about talk about what some locals do in the summer, like activity wise? Like we touched on hiking, but what else is around us that like most people do? Like we mentioned, that hot summer degree day, like 90 plus, it can be in the 80s. A lot of locals, my family does this often. They float the rivers.
There's
our
really
rivers,
beautiful rivers.
Our water is so clean and pure. It's amazing. They're floating the Santiam River. I usually don't get in the Willamette River, but plenty of people get in the Willamette River. That's totally fine. I mean, it's downtown Salem. You can bring your jet ski, boat, whatever, and get in at a dock. Yeah. You can dock somewhere in Kaiser, too. It's pretty unbelievable, the resources. But there's floating the river, but there's also, like, lakes around us. There's Detroit Lake. It's about 45-minute drive east off of Highway 22. And then there's Foster Lake. You go up I-5, and I think you hit Highway 20, I believe it is, going east as well. And they're beautiful lakes. They're big lakes. You're not really too worried about traffic because it's big enough. There's a room for everybody. I'd say the most popular spot, though, is Detroit. And then they do have day use areas. So say you don't have a boat, go in the day use. I used to grow up. My mom would bring us to the day use area, and we'd go swimming, and it's all buoyed off, and it's pretty unbelievable. Camping, that's a big one. A lot of people are camping.
Places around here.
And then, say you don't want to go there, there's local pools.
Yes, that's true. There are local pools.
On any side of town you want to go to.
In Salem itself,
indoor and outdoor.
They're kind of all over. I mean, you maybe have to look for them, but they're definitely there. Like all sides of town, yes.
The one thing I do miss, though, a water park.
Oh, yeah.
I wish there was like a water park here. I'm a really big water park fan.
Yeah.
But I mean, it makes sense. Oregon's weather.
It would be hard,
profit-wise as an owner.
I think the closest one is that one in Washington we drive by, but it's really not. I mean, that's only like a 2.5 maybe hour drive. I don't know. It's not like super far. But anyway, okay. So
those are little things you can do, and I mean,
which we'll get more into things to do.
Cool.
But yes. So the next one thing is a con, and this is housing costs in Salem are high, and I've never considered it high because I
didn't either.
I compare it to other places, I guess, on the Pacific Northwest. I'm comparing it to places in Washington, to, California, and like I'm not comparing it to a lot of other places, I guess. So it does, I guess, if you're talking about like the whole country, we are, I guess, a little higher.
I think in recent years, we've really started to notice that more and more.
Yes.
Because I mean, it used to be $200,000. Cool. You can buy an affordable 3-bed, 2-bath, single family home on a, decent sized lot in town, fully fenced, AC with it, good roof. Now we're looking, it's like 400 something for something like that. That's like better quality and just somewhat newer, probably 95 and newer. So when you really do break it down in perspective, rather than an old method way of thinking, those $200,000 days are kind of gone, especially for now.
Yeah.
So that new market, I guess it is right. And what I have been noticing, I think everybody notices nationally, inflation. I mean, the cost of
everywhere.
things,
Everyone's
chicken, meats, you go to the grocery stores, things do not cost the same as they used to. I can definitely experience that, just us going to Costco, whether it's 2-3 days or three times a month. Every time you walk out of there, it's going to be, higher than you remembered.
Yeah.
So your monthly average bills are going up and up. And then, I mean, besides that, gas.
So average housing cost in Salem, I would say, is about like $430.
Yeah, $430, $460.
So somewhere around there.
$447. Let's do that one.
It really, that's just the kind of like high. It could be high, a pro or a con, depending on where you're coming from. And we have clients move from all over. We've had clients move from places where this is cheap to them, and we've had clients move to places where they were able to buy a lot more for their money where they lived, but they were like, but we want to live in Oregon. So you kind of just...
And remember, this is city prices too. So you do pay a little bit more to live in a city. I think that's kind of anywhere.
There's plenty of towns all over the outskirts on every direction of Salem that are really great towns and have have great family towns, great schools, a lot of things. And so, a little bit better pricing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the next pro is there are exciting activities in Salem, Oregon. And this, they had actually a whole list. And a lot of these were things I'd never done before. So maybe we'll do another video separately on more things to do. Because I know we have done videos in the past. You can go over to our channel where we have whole videos where we talk about like things to do in Salem. So we won't go like too crazy with this. But I know something that I just heard this said like the other week. I was out with some friends and like someone was talking about how there's nothing to do in Salem. And I just feel, okay, we're either the second or the third largest town in Oregon. I don't know which one it is. We're either the second or the third. So pretty much any other town besides, living in like Portland or Eugene, you're going to have less to do. I know for us, as a family, we have a almost 3-year-old and we are constantly finding things to do. Like I would say from my perspective, like as a parent of a young kid, I guess it depends on what, where you're at in life and what things you're looking for to do. Nightlife downtown Salem isn't crazy. We're definitely getting more places, but it's definitely, it's kind of weak. But as a parent, I can definitely say we're constantly finding things to do. There's a lot of outdoor and indoor activities on all sides of town and places to go for kids that are family friendly, kid friendly, geared toward toddlers, that kind of thing. And then like during the summer, we've talked about this before, but there's really great parks in Salem, like better than I would argue all of the state. We have the best parks and there's things happening like literally every weekend at Riverfront Park. At least there's different festivals like all weekends throughout the summer. There's something going on. Yeah. So I've never had a problem finding something to do, but it might also depend on what you're looking to do.
Well, it's one of those things like
what you're comparing it to. If you've lived here your whole life, it's easy to be like, oh, it's boring. You're looking at it. But I think I appreciate it more because I work with so many people that move here from places that have less to do. And so they think, anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where if you're not searching for something, it's not going to find you, right?
Yeah.
So if you really wanted to go do something, I mean, my eyes were open to this like months ago. I never really utilized Facebook and the event page on it. I just went to Facebook and was like, hey, what's happening today? And this is like spur of the moment Friday night stuff. Well, there was a lot to do on that Friday night.
Yeah.
And we ended up going and watching some live music and hanging out for like 40 minutes and coming home. That was good enough for us. Yeah. There's always something to do, and like there's multiple categories you could be doing, and search groups, friend groups, activities to be doing with other individuals. I thought that was pretty amazing because, like we said, we're from here, we live here, but if you're not seeking that, you don't really know it exists, right? So when you do decide to come here to Salem, Oregon, and do a home tour, put your location correctly on your Facebook or something, and just look through the event page.
That's a really good idea.
Or go downtown Salem and sit at a coffee shop or something, and you'll notice somebody, sitting there. Usually they're going to be more local. Ask them, be like, hey guys, do you know any events that's happening tonight? Where should I be? Where's the fun? Where's the spot? Depending on what you want to do. And that's always a good way, that conversation with people, because what I have heard here in Oregon especially, people are more nice. They're more open to talking to strangers especially. And I've had so many out-of-state clients be like, that's kind of weird, but it's so nice too. Like they don't really know how to react.
Another thing about things to do is, like, regardless of whatever there is to do in Salem itself, there's a lot of towns surrounding Salem in all different directions that have their own different things to do and things going on. Mm-hmm. So if you can't find something that you want to do in Salem, there's a easy, quick drive, an hour or less, or 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever you want or choose. Like there's go-kart racing, there's just a lot going on in all directions. Like I know for me, for example, as a lady that likes to go shopping, I wish there was better shopping in Salem. There's better shopping than, if the town were smaller, but there's not as good as I would like, but only a 30, 40 minute drive. And I can be at like amazing shopping center, so many options. Yeah. Same with restaurants. You're a close enough drive that you can easily go, to Portland for the night with your friends and go to a lot of fun different places that we don't have in Salem, but you don't have to like live there and pay the high prices. So that's just, our spiel on that. Kind of went off on a tangent there, but okay, so the next one is a con, and this is, I would say it's true, car theft is higher than the national average.
See, and that's like a statistic I guess I haven't really ever thought about, because I've never had my car stolen. There's been 2 instances in my life where somebody did go through my car and break in. Yeah. But 2 instances really isn't bad at the end of the day. And that's just petty theft to me. Right.
And as far as other crime goes, like I've never, like I said, I've lived here my whole life. I've never considered it an unsafe place to live. I've never felt unsafe, even like going, walking around downtown alone at night. Like I've never felt unsafe myself. Yeah. And so I don't know.
That's just my opinion, either.
But I'd rather have car theft being high than like house burglary. I don't know. There's worse things, killings, but there's worse things. But
getting knifed, shanked if you go down the wrong street.
Yeah,
I haven't ran into too much of that, to be honest with you.
No, I mean anything can happen anywhere.
But that I know have either. There's the occasional disagreements which comes to a fight, but that's a person between person. Yeah, not random acts of crime.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up quickly, but these last two I'll just share real quick. Cool. The con is living in Salem means rain. I would say this is kind of a pro because I love the summer, but by the end of summer, I'm so excited to like put on a sweater and just like
we're ready.
Drink a warm latte and look out the window and see the rain. So
and wear our flannels and see the green leaves turn red and brown.
I enjoy that we experience different seasons. Mm-hmm. Okay, the next pro, again, I didn't write this. Someone else did, but they said living in Salem, Oregon means lots of beer. So, we do have a lot of breweries.
No, we really do. Yeah. And that's just a category we haven't necessarily touched much on. Yeah. But Oregon is known for their breweries. And we have a lot of distilleries that create their own types of beer. Yeah. And it is pretty impressive. And if you head more over east, Bend, Redmond, that type of area.
Even in Portland.
Portland's got a great market for it as well. But what I'm trying to say is there are a lot of different places, and you can actually draw out a map and go with you and your friends. I've been sitting on an airplane before saying, hey, what are you doing coming to Oregon? What are you up to? And he mentioned, all my buddies, we come here every year and we do a brewery run. And they have a map and they chart it all out and they go from town to town just doing different beers.
I have to say, because they mentioned the beer. Okay, we have good breweries here. We also have really great coffee. I mean, people besides just chain, whatever coffee shops, there's a lot of really great local coffee shops right in Salem, and people really take pride in their good quality, homemade, locally made coffee, which I think I really appreciate as a coffee lover myself. So
and it's just an outing that you can do, and you get to go work there and stuff, and it is nice.
Yes. Okay, well, that's it. Thank you for watching today. Be sure to head over to our channel if you are thinking about relocating or you just want more information on the area. We have multiple different playlists where we talk all about the area, and we'll see you guys next time.